Manchester City lift the Premier League title, Laporte can switch to Spain, Barcelona make outrageous Buffon bid, a transfer roundup and today's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Froelich, you are the OneFootballers and this is the Daily News. First off, Manchester City have lifted the Premier League title and it was really inevitable. Of course, the loss of Chelsea at the weekend delayed the excitement just a little bit further, but last night, due to the fact that closest challengers in second place Manchester United lost at home to Leicester, it meant that Pep Guardiola's side lifted the title at home without really playing. It's obviously a really weird way to win it, but it is thoroughly deserved from his side. And it now means that Pep has won 3 Premier League titles in his 5 seasons at Manchester City. It also means he's won the league title in 9 of the last 12 campaigns wherever he has been. 3 with City, 3 with Bayern, and 3 with Barcelona, and there is no doubt that he is definitely not a bald fraud, as most people seem to think on the internet. What it actually meant, and more importantly last night for Leicester City, is that they took a stronghold on their place in the Champions League places in the Premier League table. In the last few weeks, it looks as though they may be choking again like last season and could even fall out the top 4, but what a victory this is. Yes, Manchester United rotated their squad because of their heavy fixture list at the moment, especially the fact they played Sunday last night, which was Tuesday, and then Liverpool tomorrow night on Thursday, but Leicester took full advantage. A 2-1 victory for Brendan Rodgers' side means it looks like them and Chelsea are going to be the ones who make the Champions League next season. This is key for Leicester not only keeping Brendan Rodgers, but keeping some of their star players and having the funds to bring in new ones in the summer as well. There's already talks that they are reportedly speaking to Lille about bringing in Boubakary Soumaré, and well, that's just going to be a great signing all round when you look at what he's done in the last few seasons. But that is not the whole title talk from last night, as Barcelona blew the lead twice. They could have gone to the top of La Liga against Levante and they were 2-0 up, got pegged back to 2-2, then scored again, and then it finally finished 3-3. It means Barça had to settle for 1 point instead of 3, and now Atletico Madrid, who play tonight, and Real Madrid, who play tomorrow night, have the advantage. They could go into first and second place respectively, as it looks like nobody really wants to win La Liga this season. Whenever they've got a chance, they just keep messing it up, and it's such a heartache for Barcelona, who in such a tough season could actually have finished it with the Copa del Rey and La Liga, which isn't actually too bad considering it would be a domestic double and it would leave them only faltering in the Champions League. Anyway, like I mentioned before, Atletico and Real now have the chance to overtake Barcelona yet again. Sorry, Real have the chance because Barca sit in second, but Atletico Madrid have the chance to extend their lead at the top of the table, and if they win, it may affect my answer to the great debate, but that is coming up in the next few minutes. Moving on lastly, and all of this title talk, and Sporting Club de Portugal, otherwise known as Sporting Lisbon in some parts of Europe, yes, I do read all of your comments, have won the Portuguese title. For the first time since 2002, they are champions after a 1-0 victory over Boa Vista last night. And on top of this, they are unbeaten this season. 32 games, 25 wins, 7 draws, and just 2 games to go before they make it an unbeaten season. It has been incredible for them with so many standout players as well. In fact, this is the first time they've won the title, like I mentioned, since 2002, when Cristiano Ronaldo was in the youth team and hadn't even made his first team debut there. A lot has changed since then. Right there, moving on to the second story, and actually talking of Manchester City a little bit earlier, newly crowned champion Aymeric Laporte, part of that Manchester City squad, is reportedly changing his international status from being a member of the French team to the Spanish team. And if you don't know too much about football, you're probably thinking, Matt, how on earth can this happen? Well, if you don't play for your national team in a competitive fixture, Laporte being French, then you may be eligible to play for another team through various reasons and citizenships. The reason that Laporte can switch to Spain is not only through his grandparents who come from the Basque region in Spain, but on top of this, he moved there as a 16-year-old, came through at Athletic Bilbao like we saw before moving to Manchester City, and it means that he has Spanish citizenship as well. And the reason he's not getting into the France squad is because Didier Deschamps has a wealth of experience and talent to pick from. They've got the established stars, the likes of Hernandez and Titi, Varane, Kimpembe, but also there's Upamecano coming through as well, there's Clement Longley and a few others, and it just means Laporte has really struggled to even get a look in, despite the fact at some points in the last few years, he's probably been one of the best defenders in Europe. Now that he's going to be switching to Spain and could make their Euro 2021 squad, he may have a bit of an easier time getting into the team. Now that's no disrespect to Spain, but if you look at this summer, And then further on, you've got Ramos may not even make it to the Qatar World Cup next winter. You've got the likes of Diego Llorente, got Pau Torres, Eric Garcia, who Laporte has already overtaken easily and plays ahead of at Manchester City, and a few other names as well. I just think considering the level of some Spanish centre-backs to what France have got option-wise, I think he's far more likely to get picked and get some international caps to his name. It's an absolute crime that he hasn't played international football yet at first-team level, considering how good of a defender he is. Moving on though and away from the international talk to some transfer news, and yesterday Gigi Buffon confirmed that he would be leaving Juventus at the end of the season. But is the 43-year-old retiring? Absolutely not. According to various reports from Italy and Spain, Barcelona have made contact with Gigi Buffon, and I can't help but think this might have a little bit of a marketing scam behind it. Not really a scam, that's not the right word. Maybe a marketing angle behind the move. Marc-Andre ter Stegen is a fantastic goalkeeper. He was never going to come in, Buffon this is, and be number one. Could be number two though. Apparently they could be looking to sell Neto. The reason being that they'll get some money for him and they won't have to spend any money on a transfer fee is if Buffon is to come in on a short-term deal. It's just a legendary player, a legendary club. You can kind of see why the two fit together. Shirt sales would be great, be a lot of good press. It just seems like quite a good deal both on and off the pitch. But for the future, the real reason that Ronald Koeman is thinking about doing it is because if Buffon probably leaves after one season with the Catalan club, there are quite a few young, exciting goalkeepers in the youth teams that he's promoted at various points throughout the season that they've got to look forward to. Of course, ter Stegen isn't even 30 yet either, so he's still got many years ahead of him as number one. Next up then, a quick round-up of the rest of today's transfer news and other news that you might have missed. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic is injured for the rest of the season for AC Milan, but he will still make the Euros with Sweden. Elsewhere and in the Netherlands, the Dutch FA have said that they will allow mixed teams, both men and women's teams, to play together all divisions up to the third tier. So that's all amateur football, meaning in the cup next season, the likes of Ajax, PSV, all the big teams in the Eredivisie could play against a mixed team comprising of both men and women in a massive step forward for the sport. Elsewhere, our new incoming Roma manager Jose Mourinho is apparently looking at Brighton defender Ben White as one of his first signings. And last but not least, Chelsea are prepared to offer Thomas Tuchel a new 3-year deal after the manager has impressed since joining Stamford Bridge. And on top of this, one of the new signings that could be made along with this deal for Tuchel is a swap deal for Jorginho and Miralem Pjanic. Lastly but not least, we come to this week's great debate. This isn't an official one from the newsroom, this is just one that I'm throwing out there, and it is: who do you think deserves to be manager of the season? Now, of course, picking manager of the season within one league is difficult, so picking it throughout the whole of Europe is extremely difficult. But you guys let me know your comments down below. I'm going to go for Antonio Conte. I just think what he's done with Inter Milan is so good, and yes, that maybe is a reason to plug the video that I did on them right here, but also I just think the way he's assembled this team, the way he's completely dominated Serie A and had such a fantastic season, really deserves a lot of credit. Close behind him are Diego Simeone, and like I mentioned earlier, I think he may even win it if he manages to win the title Atletico Madrid. And third, being mentioned with those two glorious names, is David Moyes. Yes, what a season for West Ham. It looks like they may miss out on the Champions League places, but the fact they're still in the conversation for Champions League football with just a few games to go is unbelievable. He's taken West Ham to currently 5th in the Premier League table. This for a side who, since returning to the Premier League in 2012, have never finished above 10th. It's a fantastic job, and he's also made Jesse Lingard look like a footballing god, so a lot of credit goes to Moyes regardless of whether he wins manager of the season or not. There you have it then. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Check out everything else we've got going on, and until next time, I will see you guys later.